What's up, everybody? It's another episode of The Rap Game here on AFTERBUZZ TV. Find out who's going to be in the new music video. Let's get it. Let's go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
This song goes hard. It goes pretty hard. I just feel like dabbing all day. Just like the Nia K dabs. It just be so hard. Her dabs be so aggressive.
Breaking elbows.
Killing. I'm telling you, man. Yo, Drizzy. What? Anybody's verse coming in? What? Yeah, this song is dope. What's up, everybody? You know what it is. Another episode of The Rap Game here on AFTERBUZZ TV, and we got your scoop all day, every day. Right now, you are listening to We Are Tunes, and this is the Drizzy track, which was actually featured on this episode of The Rap Game. And we're going to tell you who ended up on the video in a little bit, but right now, we're going to get into this episode. Of course, I'm your boy, Lem Gonsalves, all day, every day, and you can find me at The Poet Saint all day. Shout out to our engineer, Steven, in the booth, holding it down as always. You know how it is.
Consummate professional.
Of course, next to me, I got my main man. I think he got his phone fixed this time. Mr. Joshua Johnson, what's up, baby?
Why y'all be hating on the Android life, though? That says Samsung Galaxy life. What's up, everybody? Hope you brought your popcorn. Get ready for a nice after show. It's going down. You can find me on social media, Joshua Johnson, at JJ the Talented. Look me up.
And you know what it is. Be your own dad extraordinaire, Mr. Jimmy Vibert. What's up, Jimmy V?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Jimmy V. You know, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Be Your Own Dad.
Hey. Yeah, man. So, it's pretty dope. I will say this. So overall, we were kind of talking about the episode before we started filming, but it was a pretty, wasn't a lot of drama with this episode.
Yeah.
Straight
to it.
Yeah, everybody did really well.
Yep.
And I think even at one point after they did the filming of the music video that, JD said it was going to be a hard hit list to try to pick out rankings because everybody did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
They did in the booth, they did in the music video. Everyone seemed to kind of get along with their manager, so there was really no squabble with that. What do you guys think?
Right, and the managers again were switched. Like last week, he did it again
Right.
this week.
Right.
They switched to managers, and there really wasn't any problems for that, including Yovanka, who was whose manager was she last time? She was this time. Oh, she was Jayla Marie.
Yeah,
Jayla Marie.
same.
Kept Jayla Marie this time, but didn't have any issues like before. There was one period where JD did say that Jayla Marie would get 2 days to kind of get her music and remember her raps. And then Yovanka was like, well, we'll probably get into it.
Yeah.
But I think she even got to Jayla Marie and made her memorize that stuff faster.
Absolutely.
About time, kinda. He did say throughout the 6 weeks there, she still hadn't performed fully, so that was her first time, actually finally. Right. I just did want to mention how JD keeps playing games with the number 5 slot. He's like, I'll keep it there. Next week, I'm gonna take it out.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right, but if you fall, you're still the last one.
Yeah, exactly. So.
I mean, it's something just to add to the premise of the show.
Exactly.
To add a little spice to it. I don't ever think he's going to eliminate anybody, especially this late in the competition.
Yeah,
that would make it interesting.
He did, and that would be some blindsiding going on because people be like, what? Especially because everything is like people that have been on the top have been on the bottom. There's nobody that's really been consistently at the very top. I think people have done well overall, but so I think it would be difficult if, he said, oh, there's going to be elimination, type thing. Only if he did it for the sake of the entire show.
Exactly.
That would make sense. And then, but I don't think he would do that. I think he's playing with the numbers just to kind of, keep people on their toes. So they're not, anticipating the same thing every time.
Yeah.
So when he did it this time, I was like, there's going to be something. I thought it was going to be 2 number 1s, actually. When I
did too.
I thought it was going to be 2 number 1s.
I did too.
Which is what, so it ended up being 2 number 2s, which we'll get into in a second. But we talked about the managers' bill being mixed up, but there was no, that we saw any crazy drama.
Right.
They ended up heading to Dance 411 Studio. And they actually got to meet Les Twins, which is a huge hip hop dance crew made up of twin brothers based out of France.
France.
But they're everywhere.
Yes.
They're in everybody's videos. They're in like, you look at any dance, like competitions. They're there, like they're the
there.
dance world. If you any hip hop dance world, you know who they are.
Yeah,
they are definitely well known.
Going viral will change your life. Because I remember their street performance that went viral, and that was, I don't know what, 5-6 years ago. But now Beyonce, Missy Elliott.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Huge
it just
names.
changed
Is that
their
how they
whole
got into
career.
business?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No,
That's all you need is a viral video.
Yeah.
15
I'm telling you,
seconds.
man, I'm about to get this viral video of me eating popcorn so I can get some endorsements and just make money. That's all I'm gonna do is just eat popcorn everywhere, like this dude.
Which too, I thought was actually sick. JD let us know that the people, Silentó, he obviously had the song "Watch Me Whip." Nay,
Right,
nay.
yeah,
He wasn't the actual creator, and it was
Of the dance.
the group
We Are
that
Tunes.
we obviously listened to. So I thought him actually saying that. Now I'm not from ATL, but I think there was something that had to actually be known for him to address it on TV. Like,
You mean
I'm
like
not
there was
saying
some?
there's any type of drama between the two, but I think he just wanted it to be known that this is the group that made that dance. So I think he's trying to set something up for them in the future. That's how I'm.
Well, I mean,
thinking
it
of
could be. I mean, you can look at it a few ways. I didn't think that Silentó created the Nene dance at all. I think he created the song
Yeah,
and incorporated
Watch Me
it
Whip.
and made it big.
Right.
But I don't think that as far as the dance moves or as far as the song being introduced in that, I didn't think that he had created it. I think he just had a really hot song and it just took off like crazy.
Right.
To me, it was reminiscent of Soulja Boy.
Superman.
Superman.
Right, yep.
Which was huge when that came out.
Right.
It was just a viral sensation.
I mean, and dance songs that go with the moves are huge. You know,
Yeah.
we see them every summer. We see them
Exactly.
every so often.
Exactly.
That happens.
Exactly.
I didn't know that We Are Tunes even created the dance. I mean, until JD said it.
Right.
Exactly.
But I think he was just kind of establishing them as to who they were.
Yes.
Sure.
And,
Yes.
and giving them some credibility as far as that whole dance craze with
Just so you know.
Whip. That's just so you know.
Yeah.
That
It
was
was
We
them.
Are Tunes.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And two, I think what it shows is for them who are again aspiring to be, big name artists, if you can take what they're telling you and kind of, vibe off of what they're doing, you can kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
If you end up making a hot song that incorporates a dance or just making something that is catchy, you can take off and it could happen to you as well. Yeah. So I think it was also something to give them to shoot for, which would make sense, when it came down to why they're at the studio. The whole point was for them to stand out. And so it was like, we want you to stand out. What would you do to stand out? So they kind of each did their thing, in front of their managers or their new managers. And then they had to do it in front of Les Twins, who basically gave them critiques. So,
Which is great. I mean, if you can get in front of Les Twins and dance.
Oh, sure.
And have them critique it. I mean, this whole experience is great. The fact they get to have these mentors almost every week.
Absolutely.
Throughout dance,
Absolutely.
Music, and rap. I mean, this is a great experience for them. They can really learn from this.
Oh no! I mean, I think all of this is going to be, no matter who wins, they're all going to gain something from this.
Yeah.
And the fact that and even talking to, we had Monty last week, and then Nia K right before that, and talking about the people that she met thus far, the mentors, and how they had an effect on them and their future. And especially because these are children at the end of the day, very impressionable, just starting out and trying to, find out who they are as artists and as people. So I think this is a great indicator of helping them and mold them into what they're going to do. Like I said, again, they basically got to critique. So Prince ended up going first, and they mentioned that he had cojones. Because of, he was just kind of doing his thing. He's the wild card, I think, in this whole type of, he has the least experience, which it's been said over and over again.
Every episode, pretty much.
It kind of comes out.
Yeah.
But he's also killing it, with having the least experience.
Yeah.
So I think he's definitely the wild card when it comes to this entire competition. But I think he also is embracing every challenge and kind of doing everything that he can to do his best.
Right. I agree with that.
Next was Lil Keith, and they mentioned his smile. Said he had a good smile,
Yeah.
which and fast forwarding over to the music video, I think it works.
It worked.
I think it works.
He took the advice, and he displayed it. He took the advice, he did it, and it worked out for him. We'll talk about later on, but
Right.
yeah, that was and it's nice to hear something like that. You have a good smile, because maybe up to that time, I would have thought that, that he didn't know. No one told him that he had that he wasn't smiling enough or whatever. But when they did, he tried it. It worked for him. And
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think when he was talking to his mom, he just was saying about, when he's rapping, he's just going hard. So he's not
just-
thinking
right,
about
right,
smiling.
right.
Thinking about smiling.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
what sells for the girls, though.
Yes.
is
Yes.
the smile,
Yes.
especially in that age group.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and then we also spoke about it last week with Monty, how the hip hop game is starting to change.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be the tough, posted up on the blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Smile.
Yeah,
It's
but they still want an
switching
element
up.
of that. The ladies still want that.
Of course, they need that bad boy.
Oh,
feel,
a
you
little
know?
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
But you're
smile,
right. It's a little
smile
bit more-
like every 16 bars or
Yeah,
something.
I mean, when you got rappers who are really want to be R&B singers these days,
Right.
I mean, definitely the game has changed,
sure.
and it's gotten a little bit more. I mean, dare I say, softer.
Oh,
See,
there's a
oh,
softer side.
And then
to
that's
it.
what they don't
The soft rap.
want to be labeled as, as soft or.
well, I
whatever
mean,
the
look
case
at
is.
one of the biggest rappers in the game aren't hard. I mean, look at Drake.
Right.
Drake is arguably one of the biggest rappers out right now.
Exactly.
Right
if
now.
not the
Okay.
biggest.
And
If
you
not
don't-
the
you don't
biggest,
see
right?
him- I mean,
as far as like, the whole scheme. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm not saying whatever.
Right.
I'm just saying most popular. Entertainer-wise.
Yeah. Okay. He's no
And
50 Cent.
and that's what I'm saying. And he sings.
Thank you.
And he's very sensitive.
Right.
And he's, cries a little bit.
Telling girls on TV that they love them ever since they were 22.
Right.
Right.
He has no problem,
Expressing his
expressing
feelings.
himself,
Yeah.
his emotions. Oh, we need one of those cues. Oh, but he's a rapper at the end of the day. There we go.
There it is.
So I mean, at the end of the day, but he's a rapper. So the thing is, you got to look at what is selling, and especially you're talking about to women. They want to see that kind of side. They don't want to see some of that. And I think everybody just makes it more appealing all the way around. And I think with him smiling, it just made him more attractive. It made him seem like he was more accessible as a person. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, I could see hanging out with that dude or meeting that guy or whatever.
Yeah, it increases his audience.
Exactly.
I mean, he's not just the hard rapper coming from Baltimore.
Exactly.
That's right.
He's rapping about a lot of serious issues.
Right.
He's,
Right.
He's also got a sensitive side, and he smiles for the ladies.
There it is. Think about LL Cool J back in the day.
Hey,
Come
man,
on,
look-
man.
Hey, man.
Yeah, he them
Where
lips
my
though. I
chapstick
don't
at,
know. He
man?
did
My
kind of do that
lips.
too
I
much
need
for
love.
me. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know about that. But anyway, going forward, Nia K. Now, Nia K, this was interesting for me because, of course, Nia K, I think, she's been your favorite.
That's right,
I think
Nia
she's
K.
definitely been, even though she's had highs and lows, I think for the most part, she's been on the top more than not, right? She came out killing at the beginning, right? Very, very focused.
In your face.
In your face, all of that. And I think right now she's kind of looking, this episode is indicating that she may be kind of, using the term one trick pony, where she kind of has, kind of her thing that she does, but there isn't really any layers to her. And so, she's got the same moves, got the same, thing going on, delivery. I mean, her delivery switches up a little bit, but I think in seeing this, and this was the critique that was given, is that she does need more moves because she was kind of doing the same, and JD said, the same 6 steps or whatever he said. What do you think about that?
I was like, so you're just strictly speaking of stage presence as well as performing.
I mean, well, what we've seen so far.
Well, one thing that we did see in this episode is she's starting to take control. Just example, when she was in the booth, she said,
Absolutely.
"Oh yeah, start me here." When she did the video,
Absolutely.
she said, "Hey guys, you should do this," and that's what you want as a that's what you want as an artist, to bring your vision into life. So you need to take control. You are right. When it comes to stage, she's got the same 6 moves. But I think overall, as a artist developing, I think she's the only one who is, according to this episode here, is starting to take full control of that.
Well, it's no coincidence she's number one, right, this week on the hit list. So, I mean, jumping forward, she's number one, spoiler alert, right? But I think that is a result of her, what you were saying, of her taking control, of her being an actual artist and not just following and just giving you what you're there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going strictly on the performance and based on what the critique that was given. That's all I'm saying. You know, looking at, what the critique was given is like, we're seeing the same thing from her. So it will be interesting to see if she branches off from that. And that's what I'm interested to see if that will happen with her, or it could not. Maybe will she need it? I mean, again, she was number one, right?
But what do they want her to do differently?
Well, I don't know that they want.
I mean, what else do they want? I mean, I think she's been pretty consistent. I like the lyrics that she's had. I like her delivery. And her dancing was, I mean, call it 6 steps, but it was. I mean, it worked.
6 steps.
It worked. You know,
Six step
What else? What else do they want from Nia K?
Well, I mean, okay, so we got to understand too. At the end of the day, this is a show, right? And with this being a show, they're going to be doing different challenges each week, right? You and this popcorn is killing me, dog.
My man,
you're killing me with this. Are you trying to get an endorsement? Like, what's really going on?
I should grab the bag.
All right, I'll go one kernel. Oh, thanks. Oh, so awesome. Okay, so like I said, it's a competition, right? It's a show. So they're going to be asked to do different things. Not all of them are going to do everything greatest. Yeah. At the end of the day, he's looking for an all-around artist, right? And if you look out last year, or last season, Miss Mulatto won. She wasn't the best in every single thing. She didn't shine in every single thing, but she was, in his opinion, the best well-rounded artist. And for the most part, I agree with that decision. And I could see that coming. With Nia K, I do see her a lot of similarities as Miss Mulatto. Definitely confident, definitely in control of what they want, as being an artist. So she possesses those things, and I think JD likes that about her. I think there are some things, like I said, and being a one-trick pony, let's keep it real. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. There's a lot of one-trick ponies, and they do that really well, and that works.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I mean, as long as that's understood.
I'm not trying to bash your girl.
I don't know why I feel like I can defend her
you looking at me like, why you coming for her? Like, Nia's dope. We want to have her back on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's dope. I'm just saying that based on what, again, I'm just siding with giving the information, the critiques that was given. It's interesting to see, if she will continue doing the same things, and this is what's being observed. Because we see the edited version, they see everything. So, we just get a glimpse of that. So, anyway, just so you know, we will be having a guest, ladies and gentlemen, on Skype in approximately 3 minutes. So make sure you continue to watch because you might be surprised who it is. Hey. So, anyway, getting back to that. Lil Key is aggressive, but he's smiling. This is I'm switching over, going back and forth. But back on the Les Twins things, we see Jayla. Her moves don't match what she says. That was the critique that he gave to her, or they gave to her. Monty comes up when his verse hits. He comes alive. Yeah. And Monty's whole thing has been basically he's very laid back, right? We hear a lot with this episode, especially because he has Nia K as his manager, and Nia K is the opposite. Nia K is very vocal, very in your face, and so she's trying to kind of bring out of him. And so it sounds like he's just basically, okay, I hear you, I'm gonna do what you say. But at the end of the day, and we see when he's talking to his mom later in the episode, he's just gonna be him. He's just gonna be him, and I really think he should be him. Because I think at the end of the day, you definitely got to be true to yourself and true to who you are. And that is really what's going to sell. That's how you're going to build your audience, and they're going to see I know what I'm going to get from this artist.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We look, there's a point where the momagers talk about Jayla spitting an old verse because there was some kind of talk about that on the track. And, they kind of called Jason in and it's like, Jason, what's up? We hear about this. We don't think this is a good idea.
Right. But essentially, the winner is going to be featured on the song.
Right.
What would that be like if they featured a recycled rap?
That would be terrible.
No, that would be
terrible. And of course, as you would know, JD would get wind of this, and she would it would crucify her chance. Yeah. Bottom line.
So definitely great call off of Momager.
Right.
Yoda?
Yo-yo.
Yo-yo. No offense.
He said Yoda. No, but basically it is it is that, and then going first, furthermore, we're looking at kind of where the momagers are, and Jason, and also Jason. It took him to be like, yo, we gotta call, and get our writers on the horn and get some verses, and we see that they're kind of more on point because they had the bad Cricket wireless and they were on the subway. Calls was dropping, so it was all bad.
Right.
So we kind of saw this coming up, right? But we do see that they get the lyrics and they got the song, and so I think that was good. It was a good call that was made based on that. So we look at going into the studio. They kind of get into the studio. Okay, Bert. We get him in the studio. Speaking of studio and speaking of managers, right?
Yeah.
We have a special guest in the house on Skype from season 1.
From
Brockton, Massachusetts. It's none
508.
other than Papa Lewis. What's up, Papa Lewis? What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Doing all right.
Doing all right, man. First of all, for those of you who don't know, Papa Lewis is the manager of Lil Poopy, who was on last season.
Season 1.
Killed it last season. Did his thug fizzle. And right now, I'm gonna let you talk about it because Poopy got this amazing deal, and it was like history, groundbreaking, all over the place. So, if Papa Lewis, take it away. Tell us what's going on.
So, I mean, right now, there's certain things we can't talk about.
Of
but
course.
I don't care. Okay, we don't talk about everything.
Yeah.
I mean, certain people already reached out to me and said just kind of wait. But, I mean, I don't care, like I said.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we did get a deal. We got a deal offered to us. We signed off to certain things. We're waiting to hear back on other things that, we're not, I guess, on the same page on or agreeing with.
Right.
We definitely, we're doing a tour. As long as they set that offer to us for the tour and a compilation. And, we already agreed to that. I think that's pretty much finalized. We don't have a date yet, but I think Jermaine said there's a compilation album coming out with season 1 and season 2 kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the end of September, I think the 25th of September.
What?
And then the tour, they're probably going to have us start to wrap up and get ready to leave for the tour on the end of September also. And I think we'll start doing that in October.
That's fresh.
Whoa.
That's fresh. So that's breaking news. Appreciate that. Can you talk about the deal with Poopy? Because what I saw online was that it was going back, this Brockton, Mass, Cape Verdeans in the house, right? And this is like the biggest deal that a Cape Verdean's ever gotten in music. Is that true?
I mean, I couldn't answer that, not because Poopy's deal is not a big deal, but because I've heard of the Tavares brothers or whatever from years ago. I'm pretty sure there's, people who are Emma Rose,
right?
And I'm pretty sure,
obviously,
new deal. Lisa Left Eye Lopez is half Cape Verdean. Her dad was Cape Verdean.
Right.
Actually, it's Lisa Lopes, not Lopez.
Right.
So I can't say we have the biggest, but guess what? I mean, in this day and age right now, probably within the last 10 years, I couldn't tell you who's had who.
You break it up a little bit, Papa Lewis.
Yeah, I think
Technical difficulty.
Yeah, we'll work on that stream.
Yeah,
man. But just to go off what
For a kid, hands down the team. Probably for Cape Verde and for Puerto Rican, especially for Brockton.
Absolutely.
City's supporting us, Boston supporting us. They still put in the negatives. But that's part of the industry and part of being in the business. So we're used to it. Poopy's used to it.
Yeah.
I guess.
A little more technical difficulties going on. I think we're just having a connection issue with what's going on. But that's crazy.
I mean, yeah, I was just gonna go exactly what he said, being that I am originally from Brockton. I've never seen any deal of this type of mass ever since I've been on this earth. So once again, man, that's just huge, not only for him but also for Brockton as a city.
Are we talking about? Because I didn't see the specs of it, but are we talking about compared to like artists of all time?
No. Well, what I was alluding to was basically I saw in Brockton for his deal that he got, the deal that he got musically. Whatever he signed for was basically a major deal, and it was the biggest up to that point that a Cape Verdean person of Cape Verdean descent had to get. Oh, we got you back.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm just
okay.
using. I'm at somebody's house using their Wi-Fi. So.
Okay. Oh, that cricket Wi-Fi. We understand how it goes. Papa Lewis, real quick, can you talk? I did also see online that there was. I know they was shooting a music video, and I want to say 50 Cent was there or something was going on. Can you talk about that and kind of how that went down?
Yeah. So now it's the show. Poopy's got a app coming out by the end of this month.
Okay.
He's got 2 games coming out in the App Store. He's got one, Pocket Rocket, it's called.
Okay.
And then he's got one that's kind of like the Meek Mill game and the Subway Surfers game where he's getting chased on his mom's school and you got to get to school on time.
Okay.
And you start off on the bike and then the quad. So it's kind of like his life. I mean, if you watch his Instagram, we was just, on the 4-wheelers yesterday and today. So he's got 2 games coming out. He's got a soda coming out.
And
we went to go have a meeting. Yeah,
What?
So Poopy loves Shirley Temples.
Hey.
Shirley Temples.
Is like favorite thing. So working with a company called Twisted Temple, and they're coming out with his version of the Shirley Temple.
What?
It's instead of a red, because a Shirley Temple is kind of a girly drink.
Yeah, that's what they say.
I guess
That's what they
right?
say.
It's
So they're
still
making
bomb
it,
though.
I like them.
Yeah, it's still bomb.
Yeah.
It's got a cherry and it's red.
There's grenadine in there.
And it's non-alcoholic, you know what I
Right.
mean? So he's coming out with a boy version, which is a Shirley Temple. It still tastes the same, but it's going to be blue instead of red.
Ah, okay.
You know what I mean? So, kids won't be afraid to, I guess, order it or something at the bar. And
Because it's
I don't
blue?
know.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess it's more manly. You
Right.
order the Poopy Temple or
The
whatever.
Poopy
the
Temple.
color.
The Poopy Temple. Oh man, no, that is super dope.
It's
Now
going to be called Louis Temple, though, because Poopy's real name is Louis, and I think it's going to be called
the
Louis
Louis
Temple.
Temple.
Louis.
Oh, that's fresh.
That's cool.
That's fresh.
Papa
It's called
Lewis.
Louis Temple instead of Shirley Temple.
Okay.
Hey, have you and or Poopy been watching this season of the rap game at all?
Oh yeah, of course. Lil Key. We talk. I try to get in contact with him as much as possible. We exchange ideas. We talk. Nia K, probably since for the longest. Me and her dad. They actually just booked us for a show in Chicago. So
Oh, word.
shout out to Chicago. We'll be out there the 17th doing the show.
Nice.
That's what's up.
And that's one of our biggest markets. When we trick the influencers and stuff on Poopy's Instagram, I think that's the 3rd biggest city that follows Poopy
Wow.
after New York and Atlanta.
That's super cool.
Oh, wow.
That is super. It sounds like everything is going extremely well.
So we're starting a kid's energy drink, which is with more natural ingredients, and it's 40% less sugar.
Really?
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. Really, I'm just. You're giving me all this
it's a
information.
great-
I'm just
Is he
it's
at time
crazy.
for school?
Right?
Yeah.
So the funny thing, right? So we went there. He asked Poopy about his dad, how his dad was doing. He already knew. We went there. Somebody set up the interview. The manager and I think the security guard and the dude that owned the business. And as soon as we got in, we were treated VIP. 20 security guards, had a great time with the DJs.
Yeah.
50 walked in and he called us over. He was like, come on.
Really?
And we went in the back room. We had a meeting. We started kicking it. And Poopy went in the room first, right? And then 50 was like, he was like, how's your momager, Papa Lewis doing or something like that.
What?
Clowning.
Hey.
Clowning.
Nah, but he's joking around obviously. And I walked in, I gave him dabs. He was asking, how we doing, what ideas we have. And, we exchanged emails and went from there. And we already, everything's in the works. So we just hopefully, nothing but positive things come out.
That's
Listen,
super fresh.
talking to 50, I hope you got him.
Miracle is completely different because we're working with a bunch of sponsors, endorsement deals. Poopy got a deal with U-Hawk. I don't know if you guys heard of the camera. It's kind of like a GoPro that you wear either on your head or your helmet. Matter of fact,
Exclusive.
This is a U-Hawk. This dude's got energy drink.
Hey, can you send us some swag over here?
yeah, of course I can tell them to holler at you. I'm working with this alcohol company too that has it's a vodka bottle. It's 2 bottles in one. Inside is cranberry and the outside is vodka. When you open the bottle, the cap is a cup, and when you pour it, it mixes the cranberry and vodka at the same time, and it's fresh organic cranberry juice, no preservatives, since it's not mixed already with the alcohol. There's a lot going on for us.
Wow, it sounds like it.
Hey, listen, Papa Louis, when are we gonna see Poopy on an episode of Power? Since you were talking to 50,
Word.
maybe season 4.
You know what? I would love that for me and for him.
I'm thinking.
And let me tell you, I watched that show. I met 50 Cent before, but this time around, I felt like I was meeting an actor. Yeah,
really?
Cannon.
like
real method, huh? He was in
that I
character.
met, like, a couple years ago. I felt like I was having a meeting with, like, he was just, with his chain, bunch of entourage. He was just cool, like, yeah, I want to do that, like, just listening but not listening, like,
50.
and then he. Once we talking about money, boom, we got his attention, and all of a sudden, the conversation became, more interesting, and emails were exchanged and all that, and it was crazy.
That's dope. Man, Pablo's, man, first of all, just thank you for joining us and letting us know what's going on.
For life, man. Y'all know how I feel about you.
Oh, yeah, man, for sure. And we appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
And hang out there and just, kick it and all that, and just tell more jokes.
Absolutely. All day, every day. But yeah, man, tell Poopy, give him a shout out to us, for us.
He's going to Skype it out as soon as he gets home. This dude is actually four-wheeling in the dark.
Oh, wow.
Sounds just like
Right
Poopy.
now.
Yeah, like forward dark.
Yeah, like,
Word.
listen, man, if y'all know who this kid is, that's who
That's
he is,
what he
how he
does.
is. Like,
That's
it.
dope. That's dope.
but he
got
told me this
school
is my
tomorrow.
last week before school. Like, I'm just trying to have fun.
Oh, he hasn't started school yet.
Oh, that's right.
Cool.
Right,
Got time.
Of course he is cool, man. This dude is, look, he's
Came
like,
from Six Flags the other day in New Jersey.
oh, man.
Water Country. Like, every day he's doing like 5 things.
Just living
5
life.
days. Yeah, living life.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what's
living
up.
life.
Rock star, man. That's what you do when you have an energy drink. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Got
No,
your
word.
own
But no,
Poopy temple.
we appreciate it, Papa Louis. Definitely, again, hollering at us, letting us know, giving us an update. Yeah, we here. Just giving us an update. And definitely, we're going to have you back with Poopy on the show later on the season. So, man, we just appreciate it, man. And one love.
Yeah,
Can you hear us?
check.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Maybe Steven can type too.
Yeah,
maybe.
it might be, yeah.
That's a shame. But
That's all good.
hey, man, shout out to him, though.
Shout out, that's
Whoa.
crazy, man. So we had
Everything.
energy drink,
Shirley Temple.
drink,
The tour.
the tour,
compilation.
which is exclusive.
Right.
Season 1 and season 2.
Camera.
Oh, okay.
Hey, okay.
Well, season 1, season 2. There was a compilation album. Yeah, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Papa Louis?
Oh,
We might just have to. We might just have to cut
cut
it.
it.
We might just have to cut it, Steven. But yeah, that's crazy. And then the compilation album,
the
yo,
head camera.
exclusive. Oh man, and this joint,
Yeah.
Come on, man,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's
But
crazy.
no, you're right. The exclusive
Exclusive.
compilation. I mean, I hope he doesn't get in trouble telling us that information.
Compilation. He said he don't care.
But tour, season 1, season 2.
Yo,
compilation, season 1, season 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy.
Sitting down with 50, that's
yeah,
big.
That's huge.
Power
That's huge.
moves.
But I mean,
Anyway,
that's
let me ask you guys, something. Would you buy that?
by what?
That album?
That album?
Yeah. Would you buy it?
I would definitely. I would definitely.
I am obligated.
checking.
I don't have a
I'm
choice.
just saying, like,
I'm just saying,
what
I'm
are you
just
talking?
saying.
What are you getting at?
Look, no, I just wanted to know. I just want to get your honest opinion. If you weren't doing this after show, would you buy the album?
Well, I
Being
mean,
that-
I don't. I'm not as invested. Obviously,
it's just a question.
without doing the show, I'm not as invested because I'm doing the show. I feel like I need to support. So yes,
Like I said, I feel obligated because he comes from where I come
Well, we're gonna
from,
get
so
that album
I
for
got
sure.
Yeah.
no choice.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, but that's fresh.
Yeah.
That's super fresh. Exclusive. We think it's like exclusive, like music or something like that. Exclusive.
Right.
Flex, drop a bomb.
There it is. Hey, we got it. All right, so let's get back into this episode.
Yeah, quick.
Let's get into basically real quick into when they were filming the video.
Yeah.
So each person took a turn. Now only one person was going to be featured, but they each got a chance to record. We see, first of all, they all did well in the studio. Just so you know, there was really nothing like no one had to stop or no one that we saw. No one had to not record or what have you.
Jayla got a chance to record finally.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So then we get into filming the portion of the video. Jean Marie does well. Monty, he's being told that he's offbeat when he does his verse, which we actually heard later.
I mean, I heard that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
offbeat when he does his
I
verse.
heard the same thing in my opinion, with Jayla, Monty, and Prince of New York.
And which were things that were given to them, what we saw. Like that was critique given to him right then and there. Nia K, and we talked about this before, she took charge. In the studio, she took charge with the producers. This time with the crew, she talks to the actual group. It's their video.
It's their video.
But she's like,
she directed them.
I need you to do this two-step thing with me, you know. And JD is like, oh. And I thought she was going to be like maybe reprimanded or he wasn't going to like that. Because the way he started, he's like, yo, he's telling him what to do at their video. Yeah. But he's like, he told him, he's like, that's what I want. I want to see somebody take charge. I want to see take ownership, you know, of what they're doing.
Put her stamp on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what she
they were
did.
down with it.
Yes. Of course, Lil Key got a smile on while still being aggressive. And Prince, you know, he had trouble, like we said earlier, with the beat a little bit, but he does something different where he actually got to throw money at the camera, which was JD liked. He's like,
was a surprise.
Show me something different.
Looks like we got some.
We got some picture up.
Looks like Poopy a news article, newspaper article, and then one with a picture of him and 50.
Nice. That's dope.
That's what's up.
That's dope. Yeah. That's really fresh. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. That's super fresh. Thank you, Stephen, for putting that up. So we get into the hit list, right? Got the hit list going on. Oh, there he is with 50. We got the hit list going on. And at first, I was like, because everyone did so well, I was, you know, seeing like, I didn't really know where it was going to go.
It's hard to make a list.
It was hard to make a list. JD even said this. He said it was going to be difficult making a list. So in my head, I didn't really have anybody at the bottom. In the sense, like, I didn't know who would be obviously somebody's got to be at the bottom. Yeah. I didn't think like, because usually I'm like, this person needs to be at the bottom. But to me, there was really no one that I felt like needed to be at the bottom. So
I had one or two.
Who did you have at the bottom?
I mean, for me at the bottom, I think who came in fifth? A fourth. It was Monty.
Mm-hmm.
I would have put Jayla Marie there.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, like the list was pretty much right on point with JD. Okay. I probably would have switched those two. And I feel like every week I'm picking on Jayla Marie. Jayla, if you're watching, sweetheart, look, we love you on this show. We just want you to reach your full potential. I hope I'm not coming across too hard on her. These are kids after all. But absolutely. I would have had her, you know, in the last spot.
In the last spot. Yeah. Okay. What about you?
I agreed pretty much with the list. I don't think there was a need to take away number 5 and then make 2 people number 2. Mm-hmm. But I do think overall Nia did deserve number 1.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Monty was number 4, and the reason why that JD gave was that he was having trouble with the beat.
I don't think he was the worst offender when it came to.
Well, I mean, again,
not being on beat.
There's editing, so we don't see everything. It might have been, you know, something that.
But we did to the final product of his verse in the video, and again, I think JD or the Les Twins comment on the fact that during the part where he hit the floor or something, he actually hit the floor. Yes. Which was cool. Yes. That went with the lyrics. Yes. He did it on the video. I think JD was impressed too.
I thought, I mean, for me, kind of thinking about it, I agree with you as far as like, I don't think he should have been 4, only because he basically, I think he came out of his comfort zone to do this. Because he has more of the laid back approach and everything. Yeah. His manager, you know, was Nia K, right? Yeah. And so I think he was taking direction from her, even though he may not have agreed with everything because it's not his stilo, it's not his style. But I think because he kind of pushed the envelope for himself, I didn't think he should have been number 4. Or last, basically. Yeah. But, you know, it is what it is. Number 3 was Jayla Marie. Number 2 was a tie between Prince and Lil Key. Now, looking at the whole scope of everything, I will say I thought Lil Key should have been number 1, personally. I thought because of everything that he incorporated, I thought what he did as far as his verse, you know, when they showed his finished product with the video, I thought he smashed it. I thought incorporating his smile, you know, I thought everything when he was in the booth, what we saw was dope. Mm-hmm. So you know, 2, you know, was kind of, maybe it was a fraction because again, everyone kind of did well. But I thought he should have been first. You think Nia K should have been?
I think Nia K should have been first.
What do you think, Jimmy?
I just thought Nia K deserved first, whether it's Prince of New York versus Lil Key. If I did choose, I think Key was 2, Prince was 3.
And now thinking back, if they would have had 5 slots, I would have had Jayla last, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. I would have had Prince of New York 4, Monty 3. Oh, really? Key 2, and then Nia 1.
Word.
Prince of New York for me would have been like.
And they did mention that he wasn't on beat. Only thing that stuck out was him throwing money.
Right, but some of his lyrics weren't on beat.
We got so we have our engineer who's doing a great job and giving us some info.
Definitely.
So this is actually Retrieve Technology, which is the one that's going to be pushing the app
Partnering
for Lil
with him for
Poopy.
the app, yeah.
So which is huge.
Happy to see that, man. I'm
That's
telling you,
that's super fresh.
I'm happy
That's
to see
super
it.
fresh.
your
I mean,
own
so all
app?
of the you got
Do you have your own app?
One day, I'm trying to be like
I'm
Poopy,
just saying,
I'm
man.
trying to
How
be
old is
like
Poopy?
Poopy.
15?
At this point, well, he was 12 on the show.
Oh, he was 12.
He was 12 on the show.
So he's probably 14.
So he's probably
now.
14 or 15.
Like, what were you doing at 13 and
Yeah.
14? Why don't you have your own app? That's what I'm trying to say.
There's not adults that have their own. I mean, like, let's keep it all the way real. This is real. But
At
I
14,
think,
where was your app?
but let's put going back, jumping back real quick into last season with Poopy. I think it was Queen Latifah that was the one who was, producer on the show, was the one that was really saying like, this dude has the best marketability of all the people. And I think if you look at that, first of all, it could have been, her stamp. We said and a video. Could have been her stamp with that that helped perpetuate him getting these
Maybe.
endorsements or what have you, or
maybe.
this, but I think also I agree with the fact that he is the most marketable out of everybody that we saw. Is this a video that you brought to play?
Yes, I believe so.
Let's see.
There's Poopy coming through with security. About 20 of them.
Looks like this is coverage for the Brockton Enterprise, which is the major newspaper outlet there.
Word.
So
Word. Yeah. So I mean, the fact marketability is everything,
Yeah.
and the fact that you look at him, he has the whole swag. He's got, very confident. Of course, he's attractive. So the ladies are liking him, and he's a kid and he likes to have fun, and that's what
And he's got a seriousness too.
Yeah. And that's what Lewis was saying, was that, his dude is doing 5 different things.
Yeah.
So the fact that, they could take him and do all that with, kudos, because
Right.
that's what you're supposed to be. And the whole thing with, and you see adults doing it too, the people that are the most successful are the ones that are able to diversify,
And
Yeah.
and you got to strike while the iron's hot.
Exactly.
Do everything you can to get
Exactly.
that money to get out there. And I wonder, sometimes with the shows like American Idol, for instance, where there's somebody who wins it, but then someone else who might not have won,
Right.
and they
it
go
ends
on to
up
do
being
bigger and better things.
A lot of times
perceived
that
as bigger
happens.
and better things.
A lot
I
of
wonder
times
if you
that happens.
compare, Mulatto and Poop, not for drama's sake, but
Sure.
just to see
Oh, yeah.
what the comparison would be like as far
Absolutely.
as reach and influence and marketability and where they are now.
Well,
how that would play
you
out.
could take a look at social
Mulatto's doing
media.
her thing too. I'm not saying that.
No, she's
Right.
killing. But I'm
Yeah.
saying you could probably take a look at social media. That would be a good indicator. You can take a look. I don't think Mulatto's getting to all this stuff. I'm just saying. What?
She's got JD behind her. No offense to what they're doing, but she's got the social depth.
Right, but JD's behind them too. Do you understand?
Which-
Because
true, yeah.
it's still like they're still part of the show. They're doing the compilation album. They're still they're still
contact,
connected.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
because he doesn't have the deal, Mulatto has the deal, right? So he doesn't have the deal, but obviously, like we were saying before, just because you don't win doesn't mean you're not going to be successful. So it all depends on what you do with what you use from being on that show. And I think he's definitely maximizing, like you said, the opportunity from being on the show and getting that exposure and all of that.
Right.
So that's what it is. One more thing before we wrap up. Lil Key got emotional when we was talking to his mom, and he basically said he wasn't sad. It was basically he was upset because he's giving it his all. And his mom always talks about that he's been a fighter since he was a little kid. Of course he has the condition with his arm that is a birth defect, and obviously he's been fighting, and so it's like to continue fighting and continue doing that, and then all of a sudden you're still not number one after, in my opinion. I think it deserved it.
think it deserved
So I think that's just going to motivate him to keep pushing.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I think that's going to motivate him. It's
He-
not
he
going to
should
break
just
him.
smile.
Yeah,
Smile
he can
for
just
it.
smile.
I
Just
still think
smile.
he's taking it all. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't really disagree with you. Although I'm riding for Nia K, but I can see with him, it's not just the rapping ability. I think they're looking at. They're looking at a multitude of factors.
Sure.
Who they can really grow and put out there as quick as possible.
Absolutely.
To make the quickest impact. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about in the end.
No, for
is
sure.
making the the bottom line, which is money.
Absolutely.
So I don't disagree with you. In
There
saying
it
he'll
is. There it
take the
is.
competition.
Real quick, 1 minute. Let's do some predictions real quick. 1 minute predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, real quick, starting with you. Jimmy, what you got prediction-wise?
I just think the same thing as last week. They'll be on stage performing. We'll see what they are about.
Okay.
So,
Boom. All right.
Yeah.
What you got?
We see Mulatto come back.
right.
It's like next episode.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to seeing her, and I think it's like some kind of radio station sponsored event. So she'll probably rock the crowd, give a little mentorship to
Sure.
the cast of this season, and yeah, that should be fun.
Okay. I'm definitely excited to see Miss Mulatto. And obviously we'll probably see what she has been doing, seeing what's going on with her music and, you know, other things possibly. I am interested to see Lil Key, where he goes from here, because like I said, he got emotional towards the end. I'm also curious to see Jayla Marie, because the managers will go back to their own artists. So it'll be interesting to see, now that they're back in their comfort zone, who's going to rise to the top. You know, if Jayla is still at the bottom, I mean, I don't know what to say, because now there's been ample opportunities. There's been a lot going on. So
Well,
we'll
I mean, Jayla, we can for sure say that Jayla's not going to win the competition, but. Has Lil Key got first place yet? Has he been ranked number one in the hit list?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, he has. So
Let's just say it, he's gonna take it.
we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been our show. You know what it is. We always hold it down for the rap game. And I've been your host, Lem Gonsalves. I'm talking because I'm used to hearing music, so I'm like, wait, hold on, something's not right. But I'm gonna keep talking because that's what I do. I talk. But anyway, I've been your host, Lem Gonsalves. Also, we want to make sure, there it is. We also want to make sure to give a shout out to Papa Lewis for being on the show with us via Skype. Also, Lil Poopy doing his big things. Hopefully, we can get him on Skype with us later on in the season. That's what we're going to shoot for. And, of course, more guests, because we got to keep on with the guests. Yeah. Again, I'm your host, Lem Gonsalves. You can find me always at The Poet Saint all day, every day. Where you at, JJ the Talented?
You guys can find me on social media at JJ the Talented. Look for me.
Yeah.
At Be Your Own Dad. Catch you guys in the comment section.
There it is.
Wait, you guys say keep the conversation going.
Keep the conversation going. Catch you guys in the comment section.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.